So when you look at the truck from this angle, it doesn't really look like anything's wrong, but then once you kind of dive down, you kind of... Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're gonna be going over some damages on the TRX, and I kid you not, I was literally just about to start filming for this video, and for me to do that, I was going to move the Nissan Frontier, and then I was also going to move the TRX so that basically the Frontier was on the side of the road, and then the TRX was in this driveway, so I could show you guys the damage. And, well, I walked over the TRX, and now I can't move it. So remember how we had that pinhole puncture in the sidewall? Well, it has come and given us its full wrath. I drove the truck this morning and I had the tires down to about 27 PSI from off-roading yesterday, and everything was holding. And yeah, drove it this morning, drove it to the gym, drove it to the store, and then parked it here, and then obviously coming out this afternoon, and the tire's like, yeah, you know what? I'm just completely done for. So yeah, we have this situation, but don't worry, brought out the air compressor, so we're gonna fill it up. I'm not going to film that or anything because it's just going to be super loud and it's going to take a minute, but hopefully it still holds air after this. So quick update, the air compressor ran out of steam, so we're using the outlet in the TRX to hopefully charge it up. Hopefully that works. Well, we have successfully made it back into the driveway, and we've got 10 PSI apparently in the tire. I'm gonna leave the truck running because I'm gonna have to air up all the tires anyways. So you can see that one's got like, what, 20, said like 28 or whatever. I mean, it just looks like a little bit flat now, but can't hear any hissing anymore. So the I'm guessing the pressure from the rocks, it was just perfectly pressing up into the tire to where it was like forcing the air out, because now there's not like the hissing sound from the air coming out. So I think we're like good. It's gonna hold air for a minute until I have time to get this back into the tire shop to get the tire fully replaced. But yeah, I'll air these up and then we'll actually get into what really broke on the truck, because it's more than just a tire. So we've got some good news. We've got the two front tires aired up, and then obviously it is the passenger side that's having the issues because that one has sidewall damage. But so far holding air, and so I'm going to flip the truck around, air up the rear too, and then finally we will get into what happened with the truck. We'll go over everything in today's video, but man, I am so tired of tire issues. Haha. So I've learned my lesson. I am no longer going to park the TRX on the rocks, well, at least until I get the new tires, which I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below what I should get. So I don't want to go up to 37s because I still plan on, well, despite the issues that we're going to talk about in today's video, I still plan on jumping the truck. And if I get 37s, I'll obviously have less travel, which is not good for jumping. So 35s on 18-inch wheels, let me know in the comment section below. And now we officially have to move the Frontier out of the way so that we can show the damages on the TRX after this weekend. This thing's pretty cool though. It did actually pretty good off-road. You guys will see in the videos relatively soon. It was fun.
He's hitting frame.
There's just that one rock.
Okay.
Well, we officially had the TRX in the filming driveway, and so let me set the stage before we get into the juicy details. So first off, that dude in blue was here in Utah. He was filming a bunch of cars, and I actually met him at an event in Texas a couple months ago, and I said, hey, if you're ever in Utah, then I would love to take you on the TRX. We can do some jumping with it, some high-speed off-roading, have a ton of fun with it, and just give you the feel for a TRX, because he literally had never driven a TRX, and well, after this weekend, that was his first time driving a TRX, and it was a ton of fun. And here's a quick clip of us like jumping the truck. We did like a little baby jump with it, and he actually jumped the truck, which you guys will see in his video, which I'm super excited about. Once he posts his video, I'll post it on the community page for the channel so you guys can see that. But anyways, here's the clip. So you guys can see we had a ton of fun, and it was really cool to see David do his filming for his channel, like all the stuff that he does that's kind of different from what I do from a review perspective. And also I found out that he is a really good driver. Like, he hopped in this truck and he just went down some trails at ridiculous speeds, and like he's just like a natural. It's crazy. I'd actually have to say he's probably better at driving the TRX than I am, which I'm kind of ashamed to say because I own the truck, but he also has like quite a few years of driving on me, so like I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt a little bit. But like, yeah, he's an amazing driver. It was a ton of fun. But yeah, we're having a bunch of fun. And basically what happened is there was a bunch of RVs that were in front of the jump that you guys saw, which they were kind of moved by the point that we did the filming. But in the morning, there were a bunch of RVs at the jump, and we went and talked to the people that own the RVs, and we said, hey, we're trying to film this YouTube video where we want to jump this bright neon green truck. And the husband of this whole situation was like, yeah, I'm all about it. That would be so cool to watch. The wife, on the other hand, was like, no, that's not gonna happen. We're not moving. And so we basically had to wait 2 hours. In that 2 hour time period, we did some other filming with the TRX, and we were going down some trails and everything. And I also did some filming with the Frontier, and we were trying to find another jump. And in trying to find another jump, we went on a trail that I hadn't been down in quite some time, and I forgot that there was a bunch of like whoops basically, and I perfectly hit, like went off of one, full like suspension compression, and just plowed into another one. And it was obviously really embarrassing because, like, you know, there's this YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers that's like just sitting there in the passenger seat and just sees me totally wreck my truck pretty much. And yeah, it was a shameful moment for me, but it is what it is. And let's look at the damages. So when you look at the truck from this angle, it doesn't really look like anything's wrong, but then once you kind of dive down, you kind of see what happens. So you guys can see here at the bottom, the protection completely dented in. I think I have a thing for like breaking the like skid plates and like the protection of this TRX, because obviously we destroyed the stock one, and now this one is yeah, pretty much hammered. I mean, what we're gonna do, speaking of hammers, is we're going to try to hammer it back out. Obviously, it's not gonna look as pretty as what it looked like before, but it'll at least make it look a little bit better. But then it'll also protect us from damaging what this almost damaged, basically. And that is over here. So if we pop here, you guys can see that Ram decided to put the reservoir for the shocks right there. You can see it right there. That is the reservoir for the Bilsteins. And you guys can see the skid plate, rather the protection right here. It's not technically the skid plate, but anyways, is pressed up right against the reservoir. So Ram put the reservoir on that part of the truck, and so like in hitting it, it almost went straight into the reservoir. And if it would have burst the reservoir, the shocks would have been obviously done for, because all the fluid's gonna go out, and that would have not been a good time whatsoever. But like, I don't understand this. Like, why did they do that? I mean, obviously nothing happened, but like, that's just crazy to me. And so I have been talking to some people, and they said there's modifications where you can move the reservoir. I'm probably going to do that after this happened, because like, that's not going to work out. Like, we can't have that situation happening. I mean, it's probably gonna happen again where I'm gonna hit it and we're gonna bottom out or something again. And so like, we gotta figure that out. Oh, there you have it. The world's dumbest Ram TRX owner managed to break, well, not really break, but damage another thing on the truck. But I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below if you have seen anything for like moving the reservoirs on the TRX, because again, I don't know, I just don't feel good about that. I mean, I literally was like an inch from just complete and utter death and destruction. And also, you guys can see that we actually have the frame behind that. So if I would have hit even harder and then bent the frame, then the truck pretty much would have been totaled at that point. So like, I would have either blown the shocks, and then we would have been out like, what, 10 grand? I can't remember how much these Blackhawk shocks are, but it's really advanced technology, so it's not exactly cheap stuff. So we're almost, that would have been like a lot of money. But then if we would have bent the frame, yeah, the truck would have just been completely done for. So yeah, I guess suffice to say, that was probably not the best decision on my part to be driving as fast as I was through those whoops. But you know what? It's a Baja truck, so like, I was trying to do Baja things, and now we have more memes that are gonna be made about me. I'm just waiting for it, guys. So I suppose that we are kind of partially finishing the video off inside the truck because, well, the high school just got out, and so there's literally a line of cars outside of my house every single day at this time, and they're all very loud. They all decide that they want to play extremely loud music and honk their horns and do all this other stuff, which obviously is not conducive to making a video. But yeah, that is pretty much going to sum things up, I guess, for everything that happened with the TRX. I want you guys to let me know, like, kind of how you feel about the whole situation, especially like the placement of the reservoir. I'm still not sure like how to feel about that. And obviously, like, it was never even a thought in my mind, like, to crawl under my truck and be like, you know, where did the engineers put the reservoir for the shocks? It's like nerve-wracking, because now, like, every single time I go off-roading, I'm just gonna have that in the back of my mind, like, until I find a fix to maybe move it or something like that. Like, if I hit something hard enough, everything's just gonna, like, kapoosh. It's kind of nerve-wracking. But aside from that, I have been giving like tons of Bronco and Raptor updates because, well, neither of the vehicles are in, which is kind of sad. So the Raptor might be here before the Bronco now. So the Bronco's already built and it's literally shipped. It's like in Illinois or something like that. And the Raptor is also built, and I think it's also shipped from like what I've gotten communication-wise from Ford. And so probably they're going to arrive like literally the same day or same week, but most likely the same day. Like it's crazy like how close things are. And so I'm, going to be paying cash for both of these. That's the plan, because I don't want to have any interest going to either of the vehicles, because I have special plans for certain things. And so I'm literally going to be spending like after taxes and everything, like $160,000 roughly in like less than a week. I've never done anything like that before on the channel, so it's gonna be kind of crazy. It'll be great for like a video title. It's stressing me out, obviously, a little bit. It'll all make sense once like you guys see everything. But yeah, there's a lot happening. And if you guys are wondering like what's gonna happen timeline wise once the Raptor and the Bronco come in, I can't talk about the Bronco too much. I've got to just like we'll push that under. As for the Raptor, I am going to be wrapping the Raptor, and I have a crazy color picked out just like normal. So the Raptor is going to get wrapped, and basically that's all that's happening initially with the truck. And then I am going to Hawaii next month for vacation. And then once I get back from vacation, then I'm going to do some off-roading with the Raptor, not do any comparisons with that versus the TRX, because I don't want to take the TRX off-road until I get that whole situation at least hammered out and potentially move the reservoirs. But probably what I'll do is I'll just get it hammered out, and then we'll do the off-road comparison with this against the Raptor. So I guess the timeline I'm trying to give you guys so you guys understand is expect Raptor content to kind of somewhat come at the end of this month, October. And there will be a little bit of content in November, but most of the content, especially the off-road series, probably won't come until the end of November when I'm back from vacation. And then the comparisons probably end of November, early December. So we're still like just over a month out for you guys to see all those comparisons, but trust me, it'll be worth the wait. And yeah, hopefully I didn't make myself look like too much of an idiot, which is not very hard because I do it all the time. But if you're stopping for the first time, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe. I'll see you guys.